Yo, 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 what's good, y'all?
Hey, Max, Mistress Nita.
I know, hi Max.
Hey, what's up, Nita?
Why you say like that?
As you already know what time it is over here. See, I do my shit on the camera, yeah?
That's how you gotta do it.
That's how I do it. I ain't hiding. I'm right here in the open.
That's
Okay.
right.
So you already know the attack mode is on attack mode. So we just gonna put that out there from the beginning. But before I totally ruin the mood of this beautiful podcast, how was y'all weekend?
Mistress Nita, how was your weekend?
My weekend was good. We had a nice little pool party. We turned the fuck up all weekend. We
Oh
did.
yeah, I saw y'all shaking ass and titties and things was jiggling,
We
and I was like, I was saying to myself, I said, yo, I looked at my inbox or my text message, I look all these places, and I said, oh shit, my invite got lost in the mail. Like, what happened?
No, I think because she was saying like she knew that your partner's birthday was coming up. So
No,
Yeah.
no, no, don't try to smoke screen it. I ain't doing that today. We ain't doing it tonight. No, 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 nah, nah. That was a nice try, though. I give you a F for effort.
shucks.
Ooh. Yeah,
You
yeah.
want to
Golly.
sit here and hit me with the he out this motherfucker. We ain't starting this bullshit tonight. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Oh,
So what else was going on with this event, Nita?
Um, we went on a party bus. We started the party early. We got drunk in there. You can't go in there without taking a shot from me. We was shaking ass in the party bus. We was shaking ass at the pool party, and we was shaking our ass coming back. We were just 8 hours of fun. That's how we do it. Wherever I'm at, that's what's gonna happen. So
Yes.
I
All
love
right.
that.
I love it too. That's
man,
beautiful. That
I'll
sounds.
make up your invite. Like I'm gonna double it.
Uh-huh.
That's how you make it up.
I'm gonna
That's how
double
you make
it.
it
You
up.
know, it's the best one is the next one.
Nah, you know what I'm gonna want for you to make it up now. So I'm just saying.
I mean,
And you covered in tats too, so you already know what time it is.
Very
You know what I'm
sexy.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make my Picasso out this motherfucker. You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
god, oh he's straightforward. I love that.
We love that. See,
I'm a
that's
straightforward,
you know exactly
respectful.
what he want.
Yep.
Listen, you make zero of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, you're so right.
This
On
is
some
why I
Mikey
love you.
Scott. Yeah.
I love you.
Ugh, YouTube
Um,
fucking lags like a bitch.
same.
I'm listening. I'm just watching like five screens at once right now.
Oh, it's
But
okay.
go
I
ahead.
got 3. So my weekend, what was my weekend like? Oh, I had a fun weekend. I worked a little bit and then I had a fun weekend and then I just relaxed and I got ready for the work week. So it was pretty cool. I'm trying to think if there was anything
Nice.
outside from my fun.
The
Yeah, that
fine
was
point for you. What was fun about your weekend?
wow, Mistress Nita. You just coming on here
Yeah, because
starting
you put me on the spotlight.
trouble.
I was gonna do that, but you beat me to it. So we gonna
We
let.
might stick alike.
I had a nice visitor. It was great. It was
So
great.
how much of a mess did you make?
I made a mess. I definitely made a mess. Listen, I realized that I need much more play than what I'm getting. I'm gonna have to move to New York City or something. But truthfully, I can't move to New York because I would never get any work done. Max, I don't know how you get any work done living down there.
Easy. I ignore motherfuckers. Go
I
ahead.
I can't. My body is like, yes. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. I'm coming.
No pun
Literally. But
intended.
yeah, so it was a beautiful time.
That's really
It was a
good.
beautiful
You
time.
deserve it. Look at that smile on your face after you said it.
I'm gonna say this.
Thank you.
This is what happens when you don't properly stretch the thing before you start it up, right? Look at this. My phone can fit in there. I didn't think it could, so I had to use the old tripod joint. and that joint is on his last legs. But it's cool because I was about to write a bad review about this thing. It comes with a remote too. So I can like do some shit. But I'm not gonna be using this much longer because I'm about to get the camera for the computer anyway. But so that was the start. That was a part of my weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell us about your weekend.
And then, it was a good time. I mean, went to this pool party. We was at a pool party too. How about that, Nita? How about that?
You got me. Oh my God. Where was my invite?
Listen, your invite was in the same place mine was.
Ouch. You ate that. It's okay.
You were supposed to hit me with the invite. That's all I'm saying. But we gonna make it up. And we gonna make it up. It's gonna be a mess when we make it up too.
Dang, but I wish I could watch that. Max.
Listen, I'm a fucking animal. Don't stop me when I'm rolling, baby. But let me say this. All right, so respectfully though, I had a good weekend. It was a good time. All of that good shit. And then of course somebody had to fuck up my listen, we was in the room. We playing, it's me and my girl is in there. We set off the party in that room. And the next thing you know, everybody is looking and sucking everywhere. It just was a happy, humping good time.
Yes.
And then somebody had to do the clap to my girl because my girl CJ ass is really fat. And I guess he saw it in front of him and his hand just went across that shit. And that was like the Chris Rock slap of the playroom.
Ooh.
Because then I stopped. My joint went from this to this. And I looked at this motherfucker and I was like, did you ask permission to touch? And this motherfucker just stopped. The whole room just froze. Everybody was like, oh shit. Because niggas in there that know me know that my violence is from 0 to 100.
Right.
So she was praying that I didn't throw him through the wall. And everybody else was praying. I just kind of looked at him and I gave him one of those evil stares. And he stood there for a minute, thought about it, and then he fucked off. And then it's like the music went back on afterwards, and then everybody went back to what they was doing. Like, all right, we back in. I was still turned off for a little minute, and the rest of the time I was in there. I was like paranoid because as it is, I'm a nigga from the hood, so my head is always on I don't like open playrooms for that reason. I'm from the hood, man. I've seen too many people get got, too much crazy shit happen, and my head be on a swivel when I'm in a playroom. So I just was on some shit like kind of turning, so I couldn't even enjoy myself the way I really wanted to once that had happened. It took me out of my space. But overall, it was a good time overall. You know what I'm saying? It just was that one thing that kind of put a little damage. But otherwise than that, it was a fun time. Nice group of people. You know, there was a lot of bald-headed whole shit going on and all that.
I love that.
So that was pretty much the situation with that. So that was my weekend. I did not end up getting locked up for killing somebody. So
that's good. That's really good.
Cheers to me.
Cheers to you. Good job.
Yeah, I try sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Good job.
So what's good? What's good? All right. So we got this topic today.
Yes.
And we talking about what is it? Romance and finance.
Yes. Because
those two really do go hand in hand. And the long and short of it is that at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's just one of those things where you just be like, fellas, you just gotta love them and pay for everything. You have no rights. Nothing you do matters, and that's it. Y'all have a good night.
That caught me off.
That was smooth.
All right.
Oh man. All right. So, okay, we all know that's bullshit. But I'm gonna let y'all ladies ring in because it's ladies first, and then I'm gonna come and ring you already. There she goes. Listen, all of y'all want to shoot your shots at Nita. If you're not me, you do it after the damn show. That's the way it goes. Why? Because I'm the motherfucking boss. That's why. Anyway.
No, I definitely have a. I'm sorry. I want to kind of start first in that because,
please do.
Also, a topic that's very, very passionate on my end, because when a lot of men think about finance and a lot of women think about finance, each gender pretty much looks at it the wrong way majority of the time. Like women automatically, I'm not saying, oh, don't chew me in the chat, but I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So women always or usually look at it first with the he gotta buy me this, he gotta buy me that to talk, whatever happened to that genuine connection first to build up on that. You know, the same way that a woman will be making their money, that's the same way a man will be making that money. So like, what makes you think that man is really gonna, with nothing to offer on his end, he's just gonna go ahead and offer his hard-earned money? So I feel like women need to come from a different approach on, not saying you got to work harder for your money because you're not a prostitute. It's just more of like,
feel like one a lot of times, but go ahead.
Just with genuine connection and actual care and want from that man, the guy, when he feels that will come without you asking. I promise you. And if you do wait and you do all those things and he's still not doing that, then that clearly is another situation, and you definitely got to leave that, because I'm not for you wasting your time either. But you have to definitely assess the situation and not think of it only at first with a financial perspective. It takes a lot to get to a really big financial part with a man, and vice versa. So if romance and finance is going head to head together, you're definitely going to have to wait for bigger situations when it comes to finance. So that's my take on it.
I agree with you, Mistress Nita. I think finances shouldn't be introduced into the relationship right away at all. Dating or anything like that. I think that it should be a mutual thing. So like, I think it's okay to go out on no-cost dates, low-cost dates. I also think it's good to alternate who pays for the date. You know, like I've even on my end been like, all right, I'll pay for the first date, or I'll pay for this date, and the person alternate. I like that. I don't think there should be any money exchange at all, you know, until there's more of a serious relationship dynamic going on, because I think that's where a lot of stuff gets just mixed up and blurred up and all that stuff. You know, if you want to do something nice, like, okay, I'm going to send you a cash app for lunch or something like that, that's fine, but it shouldn't be an expectation at all.
Right. I agree with that 100%. Like, you can do the little gestures, like, let me buy you coffee or whatever the case may be, but to expect like for someone to pay your light bill to start off like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to pay this light bill. Like, come on now. Like, dude didn't even know you own the house or something. Like, come on. Like,
what about the babysitter?
Huh? Yeah, like, oh man, like I want to go out with you, but you got to pay for my baby. Are you serious?
You shouldn't be dating if you can't afford your own babysitter.
Yo, that ass. I'll be like, yo, you can't even handle your own babysitter now. The fuck I'm gonna do with you? Because when I want to get them cheeks on another link up situation, you mean tell me I gotta basically pay to play? I might as well go make a real purchase if I'm gonna do all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not the pay for play.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying, you're basically paying for play. If you're sitting up there, you start off with, you know, y'all just linking up, and then they talking about, oh, I need you to pay for this or pay for that in order for me to go out. It's like, listen, that conditional love shit, man, that shit is corny. And it's something that I would never take party to.
Yes.
Because for me, personally, that's a turn on. Like, if I hear a chick coming to me, like, I had a chick, I mean, shorty was bad, like, super bad. And she was on my body hard. But she asked me for money about something one time, and I just was like, I don't know you like that, boo. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I made up some story or something just to blow it off. But the end of the day I just was like, shorty, like, nah, I ain't one of them niggas. Like, you got me fucked up. And guess what happened?
Jeez. You
She
mean your
disappeared. Shorty
Wow.
disappeared. She got lost real quick. Like she got lost real quick. I'm not even gonna hold you. I to this day I probably haven't heard from her since. But I already know how that goes. So if I told her I was in her city, because she don't live up there. If I told her I was in her city, she still give me them cheeks because she wanted the dick anyway. So
mm,
she
Yeah, no,
probably
that's
still give it to
understandable.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's another angle to this because I don't want this to just be about the girls that's like, oh, you gotta have this, da 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 da, because that's not even the angle I was really thinking of when I thought of this topic. I was thinking about the fact of dynamics of a relationship where y'all are at the point where y'all do discuss your financials with each other and such like that,
mm.
and knowing how to work as an effective team, especially for my poly people that's out there, because that dynamic especially requires a very intricate setup. Like this was my logic. You know, the reason why I've always loved the poly dynamic is because I look at it not only because I have multiple personality kind of thing, like multifacets to my personality.
Mm.
So one woman feeds one thing, another woman will feed something else. That's how I always function. So I've like poly has been my life more than monogamy has. And what I've seen also is that if you look back in the days where we were able to acquire wealth and we had kingdoms and all of that stuff, people would bind their whole families, their whole collective. I mean, honestly, back in the days, women came with money to marry you. Now, I'm not saying that that needs to happen because I get it. It's a different day and time. But my whole thing is a lot of women aren't coming offering anything but some pussy that's probably not even the most impressive thing I've felt in my life. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like I can do all of this by myself. Like if you're just an extra bill, an extra expense, an extra whatever, then I don't need you. You're just a liability.
But you see that you see how you're saying that like she's a liability and all that stuff. That's also the other end of the stick. Like, men also do see women as liability, but in reality it's like if she's giving you what you require, I'm not saying sex, but I'm like she's doing her thing, she's building on her business or working, or you can see that she's clearly hustling, but you're still having to have to give some type of financial. And of course you're talking about when you're already a little bit deeper into like after that dating bullshit that's going on and
Yeah.
you're more established, you can't look at her as a liability at this point. Like she's working her ass off, she's still providing for you the affection, the care that you need, versus someone that's not doing that and still requiring money from you. Yes, then that's a liability. But there's women out there that actually work their ass off and still their goals get bigger and expenses get bigger, and then of course that's when I feel where it would make sense for a man to come in and help and not
Mhm.
be labeled as a liability, but more like growth. Because if it's a established thing, it's gonna go back to you. It's for us instead of for her. You know what I'm talking about?
Uh huh.
So
I
that's where I think
understand that.
that I'm just saying that out like in person. I know you understand, and I know Nova understand. But this is definitely something that a lot of people are battling at the moment. Some people break up for this shit. So it's like, it's really important to vocalize and verbalize like, hey, like not all women are liabilities. Women are out here working their ass off, and some vice versa. There's women out here that definitely cater to their men financially as well. They're seeing the potential in men. I was a partner just like that. Like my person held me down for the first 5 years. Then something happened, and I did the same thing right back. There's no gender to helping a relationship grow financially. Like if you're thinking long term, that topic shouldn't make you flinch. You feel me? That's something that should be strong. Now in a polyamorous relationship, right? Because I'm also for poly as well. That can get a little tricky. But on top of that, it also depends of the dynamic. You can have something established with your girl for many, many years, 10 years, let's say. Let's put a 10-year on it. And then you both meet someone that just came in. Do you give her the same treatment y'all have together right away? No, that's the answer right there.
I'm gonna. Let me jump in that.
Go ahead.
There's levels in this, and Nova. I know Nova doesn't really have much of a dog in this fight, but there is levels in this because as a man who sits at the head of the table, whenever I've had any polys, I've always sat at the head of the table on it. So, as a man who does that, I will tell you the way that you act and the way that you move will determine what positioning or whatever that you get. Even if you're new or whatever, if you're old, that does not, seniority does matter. But at the same time, when it comes to the way that I express my affection or caring for one versus the other, it is neither one is treated better than the other one is. It's always
financial.
Oh no, I'm getting there. Because it's connected. Because it's about the affection first. When it comes to financial, yeah, you do take your time. You don't just go in there and put them on the house. You understand what I'm saying? You got to develop that trust. Takes time. But my whole thing is that anybody, and this is why I big up poly so much, is because if you look at today's days and times, I have skills in accounting and calculations, all that shit. You know, I'm really good with math and all of that. So just looking at the economy, even with a 2-income household, you are pretty much being a 3 or 4-income household because most people have more than one job. And you're killing yourselves, but you have no quality of life. And God forbid something happens to one of y'all. Now all the weight falls on one person. It's like a table. Now that table, if it's like a tripod like this, if I kick out one of the legs, I can still balance it on something and we can make it work until the other leg gets fixed. Because the tripod has 3 legs. But if you're talking about now dealing in a relationship where it's just monogamous, it's just you and them, you already on 2 legs and you trying to hold on, and then boom, that leg gets kicked out because something happens to that person, they lose their job. I mean, look at people who have federal jobs and they got laid off. They never thought they was gonna get laid off those jobs. And them niggas is now, they out here looking for a job again. And my whole thing is we got grandmas dusting off their resumes. Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
It is the time where you kind of gotta be realistic about it and realize that you're almost being selfish, expecting your partner to be able to carry that entire load by themselves. The days of daddy brings home the bacon and mommy sits home and cooks the meal, that shit is behind us. Because truthfully, today's economy just does not allow for that. And I'm talking about people that are doctors, lawyers, all types of level of professionals. And these niggas is feeling the crunch. And trust me, I live in New York City. Nita, I think you live in New York City too, right?
Brooklyn.
So all of that being said, we ain't gonna talk about Nova. All of that being said, we are feeling the crunch. You understand what I'm saying? We pay mortgages for rent. Like, this shit is crazy out here. So you need that help. And the thing is, anybody that's coming into this, if you don't have an assisting mentality, if you aren't coming, lending a helping hand, like you always want us men to come, protect, provide, create a safe space. We need our women to come looking to be our assistants. Assist us in what we need. Make sure that you make us feel cared about and make sure that we're satisfied. Those are the 3 things we ask for the woman off rip. If we go 3 on 3, that's what us men look for. So you need to be able to fall into whatever space we need you to fall into. We can happily leave the situation, but we need y'all to fall into that space. And a lot of women don't know how to do that. Like a lot of women are out here just shooting their own shot. They just out here balling for themselves. And that kind of mentality is never going to lead to success in an economy where the deck is stacked against you.
That's true. And I think one of the key things you said though, Max, is the time, right? So you're talking about established relationships, and we have to make that clear because I think where the disconnect comes from is people expecting that right off the rip. You know what I mean? Like right off the rip, women should not be expecting a man to come in and take care of all the bills, and men should not be asking women for money and things like that, right? Like we understand things are hard, but in my perspective, and you and I talked about this before, I feel like if you're not in a place where you're financially taking care of yourself, you shouldn't be dating. And then once you do get into a relationship, that's a conversation, an open conversation that needs to happen. Right. And the open conversation is what do finances look like for us? Are we looking to have like a joint account? Are we looking to have is it your money, my money, but we both, pay half of the bill? Like what are we looking at? And that has to have like clear communication. And it can't be any like we gotta figure it out as it goes. One of the therapist friends of mine said to me, like, you have to have a vision statement as a couple, and that includes your finances. And so your finances say, all right, I make 60,000, you make 80,000. All right, so I'm gonna put half of my check in this account, you put half your check in this account. That's where our bills are gonna come from. This is, like it has to be clear. When we go out on dates, like I'll pay for one, you pay for one, or if I initiate the date, what Joy said, if I ask you to dinner, whatever. I think that it's important just to be clear about what the expectations are financially, and that'll help avoid a whole bunch of stuff. And then, I talk a lot about like my parents, because my parents had a really traditional marriage dynamic where my dad was like, go out and earn the bacon and bring it home. And my mom was home cooking. She was a stay-at-home mom. But recently, in the past be quiet, Max. In the past 2 years, like things got tight because economy, and my dad's preparing for retirement and stuff like that. And my mom has probably worked 1 year out of her 30-year marriage, right? And so, but she went and she got a little part-time job, and now she's all excited because she's, buying the groceries every week. And my dad is happier because he's like, okay, good, you took something off my plate. You know what I mean? So like, I say that to say, yes, it is also important when your partner says, I need more help, to, get in the grind with them. So, I think both are important.
I agree. And the thing that women also need to understand is that when a man comes up to you, and mind you, this is a man and a woman that's already established in the relationship. I'm going to keep saying that because, some people are coming in. When a man comes up to a woman in an established relationship and they say, because I promise you that the man is already being vulnerable, because they're very big on, I'm not going to let my woman do this. I can't, they're already beating themselves up. I know this already for a fact. So when a man is coming up to a woman and saying, hey, I want to be able to continue this lifestyle that we have, but this is happening and I need help with this. I need women to understand, and I promise you, I'm not a pick-me. I'm just telling you exactly how it is. I'm only 31 years old, but I experienced so much. I started very young, and married, and all that stuff. So I know when women hear that, I'm gonna need you to not downplay this man and be like, oh, like look like you'll be okay with it for a couple, and then an argument comes up. Yeah, that's why you can't hold your own shit. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, that's never
you
cool.
kidding me? This is a human being that bleeds just like you. And just because he's a man, now all of a sudden you're belittling him because he couldn't hold the end eventually after holding it for so long, probably. And being vulnerable enough to tell you, hey, boom, And I get it. Some men don't know how to communicate that effectively too. There's a lot of branches in this tree, but still, the whole beginning of all of it still stands. This person needs help, and they're trying to communicate with you on how we're gonna move forward with this. I'm gonna need women or men, like in queer or anything in general. I need the other person to understand that they're coming from a place that they want to continue to make you happy, but they also want to be not miserable, making you happy as well. Because if you care about that person, that man, right, you're gonna make sure you hear him out and make sure he doesn't become all miserable with you. Because yeah, you're probably gonna get all the money that you want. He's gonna work harder. Maybe you're gonna push him to that limit, but then he's gonna get all miserable and like, yo, you never really understood me, and you never was there when I told you this, and now I'm giving you everything, and yet you couldn't give me this, and I feel miserable because I'm just holding your weight and not paying attention to mine. So,
and I think that I agree with you, Mistress Nita, because that reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my brothers, and he does well for himself, and he's married and all of that stuff. And one of his complaints has been, but she doesn't add anything to the relationship. Like, I take care of everything, which is fine, but like, I need you to add some things also, even if it's ideas, if it's like, entrepreneur ideas, or what do you call it, when you investment ideas, like something that has to be important, right? Max, there's a yes. You see that?
Let me hit these. Oh no, I was waiting for y'all to get through.
Okay,
go ahead. Y'all was making some good points, but I wanted to, I was gonna spin the block on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Now we got some good points here. Now, Lennon said that some men are also like that. Like, they also have this thing where they'll have a certain level of requirement, much like the women do, which is true. Because when I look at my situations that I've had throughout my life and throughout my years, I know at this point in my life, I ain't trying to be carrying a motherfucker. Like, just because I'm strong enough to do it doesn't mean I want to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, my thing is, I feel like if you can't enrich a person's life, then you just there to waste time. You got to be bringing some kind of something, and I ain't gonna use the damn table analogies. I'm tired of that fucking table. I'm gonna crack that shit in half. But you got to bring something into whatever situation you in, and that's factual. And CJ has said naming your price before the first date has also become the new norm, unfortunately. And that, honestly, I like that though, because for me, naming your price meaning this is my level of expectation. At least that's how I interpret it. I don't think she's interpreting it like that. I think she's meaning a lot of people come with these financial prerequisites beforehand. But we don't give a fuck about them people, so they can sit in the corner and go kick themselves. They go fuck themselves. We don't care about that. I'm a flip the interpretation into what it should be, which is I'm giving you all my prerequisites from the door.
Yes.
And you got two choices: get down or lay down. And if you ain't gonna get down, then you best to stay down, because that's the only way it's gonna go down. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the main thing with this. What do y'all think on that though? Because how would you feel about somebody like they come to you and off the rip like, all right, like you see Nita, I ain't waste no shots. I shot straight at you, let you know what time it is. Blah 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 blah. I do this shit open on the camera. I ain't hiding nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But my whole thing is that more people need to move in these lights, because a lot of people are in waste of time situations. I just counseled somebody the other day. Motherfucking chick crying. She's like, I spent like 7 years fucking with this nigga. As soon as she got the nigga up, what happened? And this is what Nova be talking about. My man took off and ended up with whoever the fuck. You understand what I'm saying? And my whole thing is this though. You can't let the bad shit. Change your game plan. Because
That's
we
not true.
all go through. No, let me tell you, this is why. There are many times that I have wasted my time and I've spent a lot of money. Like the amount of money I spent, I probably, if I would have turned that into seed money instead of spending that on these dates or whatever, I probably would have had a hella fucking. I probably could buy a building with that shit at this
That,
point.
that
The
part.
way you could have flipped that money throughout the years and the money that I've spent. Let me tell you something. If I was to act like that, then that means I stop spending money on any motherfucking body, and you can't do that. You have to stick to what works for you. Just pay attention. You could tell when somebody really looking to be there and when they not. It's just a lot of y'all get these starry eyes and get these little butterflies in your belly and little love bugs in your head, and you miss a lot of the obvious signs. And that's why your finances end up being used, and you think it's a romance, but you really just a benefactor.
Mm-hmm.
That part, yeah, and I agree with that, and I agree with naming your price up front and or like your expectation up front. And so if the expectation is, I'm expecting my partner to be able to do this financially, or I'd like to be able to vacation with my partner annually or something like that, that is important. So yes, I think naming the expectation financially is just as important as asking somebody what their family dynamics are and knowing, like what kind of person you're getting into a relationship with. One
Yes.
thousand percent. We need to do that. And the same for women, like men with women. Like let her know what your expectations are and what you're
Hmm.
able to and what you're bringing to the situation, and see if that aligns, and be clear, like is this in alignment with what you're looking for. I think that's important. I think a lot of issues would be avoided if we did that.
Now, Nita, I know you about to say something. And after you say that, I want you to tell people about your brand because we got you up here for a reason.
Yes,
And
for
I
many
want
reasons.
people to know about this amazing little situation you got going on. But please give us your info on this before you get to that.
Yes.
Yes. Which one you want me to start first with? My brand or like what I gotta say?
No, what you got to say? Let's close that door and then we're going to get to this and then we're going to continue on.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I just wanna just congratulate the men out there that are watching and are also leading with great intentions, because women
Uh-oh.
nowadays, the first thing you hear from them when you say something man related, what they say, ugh, men. And we need to regulate that, because yes, I know there is some shitty men out there, but there's some shitty women out there as well. So we need to see it from both ends on the stick.
Yeah.
And I'm very for I'm the real version of equality, not that little bullshit that it only matters whenever the situation it's beneficial on your end. Um,
Uh-huh.
you can't want a man and make him miserable. It's not adding up. You have to definitely be able to cater to a man mentally, physically, or whatever you can. If you can't afford to do it financially, you can't just be a figure to this person, because you're literally being a hypocrite towards yourself. If you don't want to be a body to a man, you got to be at least a mind to a man, a piece to a man, like when he comes back from work, touch his back, talk about him, like his day, like, catch up with him. Don't make him feel like it's
Suck that dick.
transactional. You feel me? Just because you say, well, I don't ask nothing, he just give it to me, that doesn't mean that it's not transactional. It means that he's leading with already, he already knows how women are, and instead of hearing your mouth, he's just gonna do it. So please, just
Mhm.
on both ends on the stick, that goes for men too. If you're gonna go and try to go for the good woman, be a good man. Don't just be the stereotype for the honeymoon stage, the 2 or 3 months. Keep that same energy. You feel me? If you come with this, if you bring me peace, I give you peace, and then fuck up her whole life 3 months after. You gotta continue the same energy. You feel me? So it goes both ways. Women don't materialize the men, and the men don't materialize the woman, the body, and everything else. That's all I gotta say.
But I
Yeah.
will say this: I have a counter to that real quick though. See, the thing is we are all materialistic because we're all beings of physical consumption. We're all beings. I mean, hell, we're in a lifestyle. Physical consumption is what we live by because
Yeah.
all this shit is physical. Like I have that special situation going on behind the scenes, but when I'm fucking, I'm fucking.
Yeah.
Those are different situations. So a lot of
Yeah.
it is material, but I get what you mean because the
Yeah.
material should be for those on the outside, not for the motherfuckers on the inside. And a lot of times, people on the inside is superficial as fuck.
Right.
So I feel like that's a problem. But before we go on with this, I gotta keep track of the time here. I want you to tell us about Erotica NYC here
Yes.
because we want to hear all about that. There are many people, a lot of people watch this on the aftermath, on top of the people that are watching now. They jump in, they jump out, whatever, but people need to know about this because this is a whole other section. I feel like I don't want everybody to know because I want to see the same niggas in this motherfucking shit too. But you know,
But we want to big you up
Good
because
thing
you
about
deserve
letting
it.
you, I promise you, I
well,
don't just be letting anybody in. But Erotica NYC is pretty much a lifestyle community for all that respect and all that want to play the right way. When I mean play the right way, is you understand that this is not a community where you're gonna be paying for play. Yeah, no pay for play in here. There is no soliciting. We're just human beings on this earth that share different types of kinks and things we want to explore. And if it means you want to try some anal and he wanted to put it in someone's butt, then that's what that means. Or if you just want a candle on your back and no one ever had it done to you, then that's what it means. If you never had a sapiosexual conversation, just an intimate conversation that you have never had with someone, Erotica NYC has all of that. We have a little bit of variety. And when I mean variety, I mean from conversations to kinks to lifestyles. We do swinging, we do couples therapy because a lot of people do the fucking but don't do the fixing. You can't sit here and have fun all the time and come home depressed as shit because you got to go to work the next day or shit or life is lifing. We really care about your mental being. We care about your physical being, and we care about the time you spend with us. So we have fashion shows, we have lifestyle events, we do kink and BDSM education, we do exploration, we do getaway trips, we do everything. And now August 8th to the 10th, we have a convention called Erotica NYC. I have to change it
hold
because
on, it's coming on up. I'm queuing it
I
up.
got my little first cease and desist, so I'm getting up there.
Bam.
You got your first. We got to take the blue thing down.
Definitely gotta take that flyer down because
I got this. I got this.
Your girls getting up there because they looking, but the convention and the vibes are still the same.
I just want y'all to see this.
Yeah.
All right. Now, screenshot, bam, 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 rewind. I want to put a pretty face back on here. Go ahead.
But Erotica NYC convention is a convention where everything that we do in general, because we host like 2 to 3 parties a month, we just bring that in the convention. We do meet and greets. We got local porn stars. We have meet and greets with content creators. We have a lot of curators that are all over the lifestyle community.
I feel a way though, because there's something you ain't mentioning.
Because you was the first one on my list. You're on my guest
list.
Oh,
no. I'm not talking about that. Okay. This ain't about me. This is about you. There's something that you are forgetting about, and it's right behind you. Look to yes. You forgot about that aspect of it. You ain't even mentioned how much of that dope shit that you do. Because we got a lot of blurs and nerds that are in this that a lot of times they don't know where they fit. Because a lot of people don't know this. I know because I be in the nerd culture and I've been to a lot of nerd events. But nerds are some freaks too. They be getting it in. And my whole thing is that her space is so dynamic, and I'm gonna just speak on it. I know it's your shit right now, but I just gotta say this because I really, really do love what you got going on. Her shit is so dynamic. And I'm actually on crossing the sign before I even get into the nerd culture shit. Her shit is so dynamic that she literally has a whole space for those that are of the queer. I don't know how to say it, but of the queer genre, I guess.
Yeah.
If that's your thing, and you know you live that lifestyle, there's a very comfortable and safe space that you can go into, and you totally fit in there without having to so and so go to a gay club. Because maybe you don't want to go to a gay club where you get labeled that because you're still trying to find your way into those things. This is my psych brain kicking in, so I'm loving that. So it allows you to be able to express your LS desires and kinks. And then the best thing is you can even fuck around and cosplay in this shit because she mixes cosplay up in a lot of her different events. Like I was talking to a young lady the other day. I mean, yeah, on Saturday, and I happened to talk. Of course, she knows you too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk about it online because we talk it's private. But you know, and of course, she happened to know you too. And I could tell already just the way she was moving around, shit she was doing. I was like, yeah, she got to know about that. Just looking at there's certain things. I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I just really love the uniqueness of that because nobody else is. If anybody else is doing that now, they copying from me because nobody combined BDSM kink with cosplay with LS play and mixed it all in that one genre, and then also allowed that space, not necessarily the same space because they ain't looking for the same thing, but they can be in the same space sometimes depending on what it is, but also a space for queer activity as well, because queer activity is not just men and what they're doing. That's also females and what they're doing too, and everything in between. A lot of people, when they think queer, they just think of a guy with some hairy chest and some crop top on with some little low cut shorts. But the whole thing is it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe you want to define, Nita, the queer thing, queer, like every sexual. You know how you have gay, straight, all of that, but some people might not understand what queer really is.
Yeah.
Queer, you know, non-binary, sapphic, like, you know, no cis like men. It's just pretty much everything else you identify as is a safe space for you, only so you don't feel like you're exploring with people you actually don't want to explore. Erotica NYC is pretty much everyone, so queer, straight, anyone can be there. But queer erotica is pretty much queer, you know, trans, like, you know, sapphic. We host sapphic parties every month. We call them sapphic Saturdays. We're trying to do also for trans men. There's not a lot of events for trans men. Like, we are trying to heal it one event at a time. We have a bunch of counselors, different race, different, like, non-binary, trans, just to focus on the mental aspect, because there is not that much resources mentally for that community. And I definitely want to not only make sure y'all playing safe, but also taking care of your mindset safe. The same way I'm doing with Erotica NYC, I'm mirroring it for the queer community, so they don't feel like they're too bunched up together and, you know, they don't have something going on for themselves. So yeah,
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you guys for giving me like a space to really like announce that, because we need to verbalize healthy, positive communities. Like, you know, there's too many that allow too much shit just because they're getting paid correctly. They're sweeping things under the rug or not going through that that list of banned people just because they can buy a ticket right then and there. Like, no, we vet. We do extensive search. We make sure you're not a registered offender. We do it all. We don't just be like, oh my God, I love his answer. No, we definitely check the vibe. And then when we feel something's a little bit off, like, you know, oh, maybe I need a little bit more information, we also video chat with the person to get like a actual okay, like, I don't want to be someone that thinks just because you said the sentence wrong or your grammar's off, I denied someone that could have had so much exploration at our thing, but we want to make sure that they're safe. We do that as
Yes.
well. We also host events where you can vet in person, so you can skip that. If an event is coming up, you come directly to me, you get vetted, and it takes like 1 to 2 days, something that would take 5 to 7 days. So
That's
I'm gonna come to
amazing.
you so I could get vetted.
That
you
feels
already
really
got that
safe.
VIP. You been got vetted.
Ooh, that
You
feels
was a
really
Nice,
safe,
man.
Mistress Nita. That feels comfortable for all
I'm
people. I love
mm.
that.
No, I gotta do it that way because I want to make sure that my women feel safe, and I also want the men to feel safe too. Like, if
Yes.
there's men in this community that also peep when it's too easy to buy a ticket. Trust me, when it's too easy to buy a ticket, or you just go in free because you know the person. Now the men start thinking like, damn, like who else is really in here? Like what they're allowing in here. So like real respectful good men in this community definitely thinking about that. So I think for the men, I think for the women, I think for the queer, I think for everybody that's living on this earth, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I love that right there because see, this is the thing. Is often what I see in the community, and I want to say this too, and I want your opinion on this, Nita, real quick. I know you've heard me say this before, Nova, so don't roll your eyes if I say this. But the one thing that I have a problem with is I have a problem with events that are couples and single women only.
Couples and single women.
Only.
hmm
No single men.
Meaning, meaning, very select single men. This is my problem. Is that a lot, and this is just me. A lot of women talk to me on the side, and I listen to what they say. Stop jiggling in the camera; it's distracting, Nita. Um, a lot of people, or a lot of women have told me like they're not even interested in couples, and I can understand because even in me, I've tried to do this plenty of times. I've tried to do full swap situations, whatever the case may be. Niggas see that it's a 6'6" muscular motherfucker that they about to that their woman want to play with, and maybe they a little different, and all of a sudden they go from they was down to now they pulling a girl and they running away. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like my thing is that I don't even care for couples not being a single person that much. There are certain couples that are cool, of course. No, I'm not knocking them, but there are a lot of couples that move funny. A lot of couples, like I said, and I said this as a joke in the chat, but I said we really need to start like checking people's psychological IDs before we let them in these events, because a lot of people psychologically just ain't there. Like motherfucker, like I there was a chat in one of these posts in one of these other groups, and they was talking about would a man be okay if their dude let a nigga hit if his dick happened to be bigger than yours, and a lot, of course the dudes in there is capping and they all say,
Yeah, just for the plot. Yeah.
but as a person with a big dick that looks like a monster-sized person like me, you see me in person. I'm a big ass guy. You understand what I'm saying? So when they see us in real life, they be looking like nah, and they exit stage left quick as fuck. You understand what I'm saying? And the whole thing is, I tell people this all the time. Your woman has already had a bigger dick than you before she met you, bro. If she was only gonna be with a nigga because he was the biggest dick ever, then you probably wouldn't have been the choice. She's with you because she love your goofy ass and she's trying to share in some sexy shit with you. So just enjoy the sexiness and then y'all go home together. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like the only time I'm on Mr. Steal Your Girl time was in my vanilla days. I don't even do that shit no more as a LS dude. You understand what I'm saying? That was in my savage days when I was a vanilla. Then but I wasn't moving in these circles like that. I caught a couple of events on some random shit because I was in the industry doing different shit. But my whole thing is that I still wasn't, like I'm not on that timing, and a lot of us men that want to like enjoy those kind of play. we want to just be able to enjoy that space. And a lot of people aren't psychologically analyzed properly. And they don't create those proper spaces, which is why we had Slap Happy over there almost lose his life. Because he don't understand how fast that would have ended for him. And I had a lot of friends in that party too, so it wouldn't have been like it would have just ended with me gorilla stomping him. It would have been a river dance. This nigga would have came out looking like a flapjack getting thrown out the window.
River dance.
Well, with eroticaanyc, I can only speak for my community, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
When you ask, we listen. So that's the magic of these communities. If
I'm
you
gonna have to ask
how you're doing it, a good community will listen and not adapt, but more, bring that into and mix whatever they got going on and listen to the people. Because if you're trying to do a community and you're not listening to the people and you're just doing events because of based on what you want, it's not gonna flourish. You feel me? In eroticaanyc, we don't make it a priority to just do couples and certain people. Like again, eroticaanyc is for all. There might be events catered to specific things, but not as repetitive. So everyone can have their play. But that's a little bit excessive to kind of always just naturally select what you want when you're working towards building a community for what everyone wants. That's kind of the math ain't mathin'. So, go back to school on that.
That's right. I love that.
So, as a newbie in the lifestyle, Nova, how would you feel as a person who is very much in need of their safe and protected spaces?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel when you hear something like this as an option to check out? And don't look at her as Nita, the sexy girl you want to try to lick on. I'm talking about just listening to the mission statement.
I love it. Even before I even knew who you were, Mistress Nita, and just seeing your flyer and seeing the things that you were including and hearing about queer erotica, that all made me feel amazing. And then tonight hearing about your extensive vetting, I've only been to a couple of events where I felt like vetting was actually happening, and it made me feel safer. So I think that I would want to come to your event. Unfortunately, I can't make this next one, but I would want to come to your event because I feel like when I come there, you're gonna know all the people who are there. You're gonna know all the information about them, and you're gonna make sure that the environment feels comfortable for everyone. Queer erotica, it speaks to my spirit because I believe in sexuality as a spectrum. And I hate how especially gay and bisexual men are treated in the lifestyle, especially in the Black community. So the fact that you had that space, I'm completely drawn in.
And can I speak as a man's man for a second in that space? And I'm gonna say this: I am the man's man. I am straighter than the straightest line that you can find. But I will say this: I want there to be a space for everybody to be able to do what they want to do. As long as they, like anybody, I don't care if you're a man, woman, whatever you call yourself, identify as.
Yep.
Do not touch anyone without consent. Even if you had consent before, unless it's your legit girlfriend, boyfriend, or partner, or whatever it is that you identify as, you don't have a right to touch anybody without that consent. That consent gets lost in all of this.
Right.
Because a lot of times people, and I will say this, women are actually the biggest culprits of that. Women, I see women that'll touch on women, and I was talking about this with my girl earlier. I will see women that touch on women and don't ask no permission. They just think just because it's a girl, Nita has these big ass titties, and they even want to try to grope on her titties, and don't want to ask for permission first, and they might end up with a black eye. That's on you.
I agree with that.
Because a lot of times I'll see women now. My thing is everybody should be. It takes 2 seconds, even in the middle of play. Because I get it when you in a big play session, everybody's hugging. people sometimes just want to touch each other just to feel another touch while they're doing whatever else they're doing. But it takes 2 seconds. You mind if I touch? They'll
Right.
probably say, yeah, cool, because they just rolling with the flow. And then you can roll into it. You know what I'm saying? But that's something. And the thing is, this is something that I see Zuri do at her events. I've seen you do it also, Nita. When I was at your event, I remember you had an announcement when you talked to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Speech,
And
yes.
but I don't see this enough. Where we need to like literally stop the music, stop everybody what they doing, and I know it seems redundant, but ask. Well, not even ask. Just go over the basic rules of engagement because you got to remember it's always somebody's first time.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter how many of us, I've been in this shit for a long time too, but it's always somebody's first time. Like, oh, I know the dude that made that mistake. He might have never seen nothing like this happening before or whatever. And imagine I would have threw him in the ground. He would have died without even understanding what was happening.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And yeah, CJ just mentioned it. That's another thing that motivated me with this whole safety committee thing that I got coming out. And it's coming out soon. I think within the next week or so, it should be out. Everything
I
should
love
be
that.
up. And, you know, like I said, I'm going to be going to all of the promoters, the club owners, everybody that I speak to. And I'm going to just give them information. Listen, it don't cost nothing. This is just a think tank and a little way for all of us to collaborate, have a universal space to share information. Because if there are predators running amiss, sometimes they don't get arrested to fall on the registry, but they might still be known within a certain circle, unfortunately, because that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to be able to give people the safest space possible. You understand? Because not only will that save their life, but it might save the life of somebody else from doing time when they do the dumb shit. You understand?
Correct.
So, Nita, I know you're running a little close on time here. You got
Yeah.
anything
I
else
got
you
a
want
little
to
bit of
drop
time.
before you got a
Yeah,
little bit more time?
I do. I just wanted to say about that consent stuff that you were talking about. It's very crucial for communities to actually stop the mute. Like, if you're doing a consent talk and the music is still going, you already did it wrong. You definitely need silence there. I make sure that nobody's talking, and now I implement that whoever talks through my consent talk will leave. Like, that's where I'm at. Because
But here, hold up. I give you one better, honey. In a lot of these events, they don't even do a talk. There's no talk. It just doesn't happen. It don't happen.
I hate that.
And I understand a lot of times people say, "Oh, but it's all vet tip." Listen, sometimes we got to do the redundant shit, even if it's annoying.
I say
You know
that
what I'm saying?
when I'm vetting, it's like, and I always started like, I know you guys know this, but I need to say it out loud. And what I do is we do interactive consent speech. So I ask and you answer. What's consent? What's enthusiastic consent? Do you understand this? So I can hear it from their mouth as well, instead of just me talking. They could be tuning me out. So I go out of nowhere and I pick a random person like, so what did I just say about enthusiastic consent? And then that's how you know that they're actively listening. If you feel that that's weird, if you feel like that's corny, then that says a lot about your community. And I'm very glad that I'm not a part of it, because although I do own a community, I love to experience other lifestyle communities. My communities are not the only ones in this lifestyle that does great shit. So I love to support the neighbor community, or even go a little bit farther to see a little bit of a different type of approach. And I love also learning from other people. It's one thing to go and learn, right? But to go and copy and do it wrong, like, come on, like, at least do it right. Do the consent speech. Come back, like, you know, a little bit after you see some new people. Hey, just want to make sure y'all understand. And I do doors closing. I don't do like the whole day, the whole night, everyone could just come in. No, you got till midnight. Then midnight consent speech, and whoever's coming, they still get from the door person / security guard, because I got security, I got door, I got guardians, I got security ×2, because I got the hidden ones where they don't know that there's security, just so you know they capture more shit. They get
Oh, you got like some LP niggas, them little
yes,
undercover.
I got some LP motherfuckers in there, yo, looking like they're having fun, but whole time they're trying to make sure you don't slip up, so so we can do things the right way. Because some people
Wow.
hide it where there's visible security, and then do it where it may seem like they're not there. So I learned from that, and I definitely applied it to all of my parties. Everyone else should definitely do that. But please,
You
at
know
the
what's
door,
funny?
community consent. Like, hey, respect the space, respect the people. Consent is mandatory. Enthusiastic consent. If they're clearly tumbling down, that's a no. Even if they told you yes, like come on, like common sense is really not so common. But at the same time, this is why you gotta be the leader and have the people that you work with pretty much lead by example. Tell them, make
Right.
sure what I'm doing, you gotta do too, and you gotta inform everybody around you. So
You know what's funny? I'm gonna say this. Now you, just based on energy and the way that y'all move, you and Zuri, I think would do a really dope event together.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think y'all two. Well, she's on there now. Naughty Nights NYC on YouTube. Naughty Nights on IG. I think she's on there. I would definitely happily put y'all two in contact with each other. Y'all have a similar style. She does that. Like I said, she does her now. She stops the whole party, makes everybody in the party have to come down to the basement, and she makes everybody stand there. The security makes sure everybody goes down there, and then she does the whole thing. Blah 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 blah. I think if y'all collabed on something eventually, I'm not trying to force it, but I like to see everybody. I like to see everybody winning. I like to be a facilitator of situations.
Listen,
And I'm trying to.
Zuri. I love me some Zuri. I've been to her events.
Yes.
We both sound very educated in this lifestyle community and wanting to pass that down to everyone that pretty much trusts us with their money and their time and their mental being in these spaces, especially the new beings. So that would be great. Or like a nice little big collab hotel takeover. I like doing big. So yeah.
But here's the thing, because my thing is that it's just so much. Like, the thing is with me is I'm bored with just the basic shit at this point. Like, I can fuck on my own. I can go and go and go. That's easy. Oh, let me go run over here and fuck. Ooh, no. I want to see some creativity. Like, I'm not mad to spend $150, $175, but give me a fucking experience. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times, I understand why the prices be what it be is to, kind of vet people through. And then in New York City, especially, venues are expensive. So we're kind of forced to go higher than maybe somebody in another state would go. But the whole thing is, I just like to see a mix. Yeah, exactly. Zuri just said it. I'm tired of seeing the same motherfuckers all the time. Like, I love my friends and I love all the people I see. I ain't saying nothing against y'all, but I like to mix it up. Like, the whole point is to get that variety, to get that mix, like, I love that shit, and I feel like anybody that really has that mentality as an LS person, even though you like to feel some consistencies, you also want some varieties too. And that's, again, why I don't like the whole women and couples, single women and couples only, because I feel like that's selfish. I feel like you just gotta do the heavy lifting, and when you're selling tickets, much like even I do vanilla Caribbean event, whatever, we pay attention to how many girls are buying tickets, how many men are buying tickets, make sure the numbers is balanced. You just gotta do the heavy lifting and pay attention to that. You sell X amount of this, single women tickets, X amount of that, single male tickets, and then you have the couples tickets. And why don't nobody have no throuple tickets? Like, what is going? Like, we don't have a lot of that.
Wait, because we have poly tickets. Hello.
I ain't seen them.
We got poly tickets, especially now with my Posh link. Since we have Kink Library and Summer School, we have the 3 people special. So, if you definitely see my Posh link, we're incorporating more of the 3 is better than 2 type of thing. Like we know that people, whether it's in group or actually a throuple, like that's one of the new things that we have been working on for a while now. We have monitored like a lot of people saying, hey, like I know it says here couples, but like we come in 3, so I gotta buy a whole big ticket for a man when it's so we fixed that over here on our end. And also with the creativity, just to add on to that, that's why we're doing
you saw what she said
why we're
just
doing
now?
summer school with the
She said, Zuri said, be careful with Posh.
Yeah,
because they took hers down.
I definitely learned all the ropes on what to say and what not to say. And I always make sure that whoever needs assistance with the link or more information, I have a separate template to give everyone more detailed info. But I do the little surface scratch on Posh because I know they like to keep it PG. But that's the easiest way to sell your tickets if you know how to do it right. Now Kink Library definitely has a little bit of everything. Since you want to talk about creativity, we have a lot of different ways how to incorporate wax with flogging and spanking. We have a lot of, we have actually now a licensed person for knife play and all that other stuff that you don't see in these parties, because of course you definitely have to have somebody professional for it. You can't just have somebody a horny nigga with a knife talk about I know how to do it. Like you definitely need a licensed person.
Can I ask you a question? Because I actually don't know the answer to this. Something I actually don't know. I love this. I love not knowing stuff, believe it or not. How do you get your license for that?
Listen, I have actually some resources. So for the ones with fire play, I have a resource for fire. For needle, it has to be tied to, like, if I'm not mistaken, with nursing and stuff. Like you definitely need to have some type of degree on that. But it is definitely something that I can show on my page or 2 directly, so I can give you more detailed ways to get licensed or certified for those things. But yeah, it's a thing to get certified for those things. So
I'm gonna definitely be talking to you on the side, aside from my other intentions. I am definitely going to talk to you on the side, just how I could get some of those things. The thing is, I just like to know how to do everything. I have this bad habit of wanting to know everything. So now I'm gonna, as if I need another certification in something.
That's not a bad thing.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I don't plan on be doing display and all that shit. That's just a lot of work, man. I watch Lisa's do that shit, and I'd be like, that's really tiring, bro. I'm not trying to do that shit all night. Like, fuck that.
No, he
I
does
just want to
like,
pick and choose a little something.
oh my goodness.
So, Nova, you good over there? Because your signal is jumping around a little bit.
Oh yeah, I had to take care of something.
I had to take care of something. Why do I feel like you ain't by yourself? But anyway, I'm a mom.
I am by myself reluctantly.
I'm reluctantly by myself too. You know what I'm saying?
Over there. I don't know.
But I had a few days of some really good company, so I can't really complain. You know what the problem is? It's like the more that you get, the more that you want. Like you just start.
That's so true. I feel like I'm insatiable. Somebody come help me.
Get up in the morning and my dick's looking around like, wait, we've had access for like days now. Where's the? Oh, I guess it's over. Oh well. And see, that's another thing I love about these spaces is like, where else can you have conversations like that?
Right.
And it just be 100% like that, and then that has nothing to do with the fact that I'm trying to turn your head all the way upside down, flip you backwards, and slam you into something and do some other stuff to you. We're definitely not talking about Nova because me and Nova don't do those things together. But you understand what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, I really do believe people need to get certified in things. Like really learn your craft of what you're doing. And Zuri, it's always wrestling. Listen, I could throw you over my shoulder too. I'm strong, baby. I'll pick your thick ass up too.
Yes. Okay. Get started.
Anyway, don't get me started. Y'all gonna have me here cutting up tonight. I'm trying to behave somewhat. Jump up from the top turnbuckle, land between the legs on some pasa shit.
So your next event is Mistress Nita. You have the weekend event August 8th through the 10th, and then do you have any?
That's not her next thing anymore.
Oh, okay, when's your next event?
So we actually have two events. So one of them is for the anime. It's another pool party. And that's gonna be July 25th. Now the next one
on a Friday or a Saturday?
It's a Friday.
Okay.
That sounds like a Friday.
Yeah, it's a Friday because I like to do like anything like anime on Friday because we do so much with anime that we definitely need Saturday and Sunday to whatever. Now, for
because they gotta like take all that makeup and shit off. Take like 2 days.
It's the wonders that you can do while cosplaying someone, and it just gets a little bit intense where it gets way deeper than just someone taking off someone's clothes. Like it's sometimes having on is sexy, I promise you. And then the next day, July 26th, is our summer school play party. That's definitely gonna be at a new location. I'm tired of these same locations, people doing the locations and the same shit. If we want to do something different, we gotta be somewhere else different. Like we definitely gotta set a different environment, different lights, different rooms. So we definitely have a new location in Brooklyn for that one, and it's gonna be sexy. We're gonna do,
and I gotta say this,
everything up in there.
You are G'd up though, because I slept when I walked into that event, and I was like, "This is just a regular ass club." And then you see the curtain and everything else behind the curtain, and I'm just like, "Okay, I mean, we're gonna chill. Lisa's gonna do this thing, whatever." Then I looked on the side. I was like, "Wait a minute, there's beds over here. What is that?" And then I'm like, they literally took over a regular ass spot and turned that into a hold down. And when I say hold down, it was a hold down. There was coming and all types of stuff going on everywhere. Motherfuckers was wearing all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a good place to let out my inner weirdo.
Everything went over there. I just told people, as long as you don't shit on my walls, I don't give a fuck. Like, respect the space. Those people literally eating pussy on top of the bar. Like, literally, wherever you want to do it, you do it. My thing is, why do we have to limit ourselves to something that looks like a house? You feel me? It's a house party. Or it's like, it doesn't feel so like, it doesn't wow you. Okay, cool. Another party that's in someone's house.
Right.
But a bar, like, oh, let me go to.
Hey, I like those too sometimes, though. Don't knock that. I like those too, man.
Those are seasonal for me. Those are seasonal. But, I like to definitely, like, if I could do things outdoor without literally getting arrested, I will. I would do it in random. Like, if I could do that shit at Dave and Buster's, I would. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's the creativity of it. Like, for sure, as long as it's adults and it's safe, no child, no nothing, just adults being adults safely, you could do that shit anywhere, so do that shit at a bowling alley, like, hello, let's go.
Let's go.
I'm writing all this down. Keep in mind, I'm writing this down. Go ahead, you got some more?
Max gonna be writing stuff down.
It keeps it spicy. It's like, oh, like this community is really like not just doing everything that another community is doing. Might as well go to the community you already know. But like, if you want to stand out, you have to stand out. And if they do whatever you do right back, then you have teach somebody something. You can't sit here and be like, they copying me, blah, blah, blah. No, you teach them something. They don't want to admit it, but you teach something, and that's what the community is about. So,
education is key. Education is key.
Right.
Let's see. Y'all got anything else? Or we about to call it in a little minute here. I want to spin the block back to the topic just for 3 minutes real quick, and then I'll just do my announcements needed. If you got to go, You can bounce when the announcements start going on, whatever. Or if you got time, you can sit there and listen to us ramble. I don't give a shit. I'm enjoying looking at you. So it's totally up to you, because I know whoever you're waiting on running late, because that's what we do. So
Yeah, I got like 3-4 minutes, and then I'm a head out.
all right. So just real quick to wrap up the topic that we actually spun on this. As far as romance and finance, what y'all take? 1 minute each. Let's go.
What you got, Mistress Nita?
For romance and finance, my best advice is be selective the right way. So clearly, you can't give your all to anyone you see, or you can't receive, from everyone. You have, if it's something that you think that it's special and nobody else should have, or vice versa on the other end of the stick, like, take your time. Like, if you're just now starting a date, that means you probably just started and you have a lot of time. Please take your time, because if you're thinking long term, like how we would be, right, or how we should, that for a really positive established foundation takes time. It does. But make sure that you're not leading with malicious intent, because just know that even if you hide it and you're like, I'm just trying to sit here and look pretty so he can do this and whatever, trust me, it's gonna backfire eventually. It's gonna either be a miserable relationship, or you're gonna look like that woman that the statistic that we all know, and vice versa on the men. Please, choose your women wisely. Yes, we can be attracted to everybody. I'm demisexual. I go based on connection. So if I connect with you, I can connect with you. I can connect with you. But be selective of how you're gonna do a long-term thing with. Don't just blame the other person for them doing you wrong when you were the one who allowed it. So that's my take on everything.
Yes.
All right, go.
So my take on it is Hi, Mistress Nita.
Sorry,
Later.
bye guys.
Have a good night. Nah, do your thing. Thank you for coming on.
Yes.
So my take on it would be to have open communication consistently, have quarterly meetings about what finances look like for you and your relationship, where you are, and then be open to receiving the information that your partner is saying. One thing Mistress Nita said that I definitely agree with is when someone is being open and vulnerable and honest with you about where they are financially, don't belittle them or put them down.
100%. And people, let's really bring this math together. A lot of y'all need to really be realistic. Y'all niggas need to stop lying, because I know the economic statistic. We already know what happens when y'all challenge me on if I do my research or not. Because we've seen Nova, who is extremely smart with multiple degrees, try to check me on my numbers, and just to show, because I do my homework. And I'm just saying this all to say, we do better working together than we do fighting apart. And a lot of times we nitpick on stupid shit, even if somebody isn't necessarily where they need to be. Because I'm sorry, but I've many a times dated women that didn't even make half of what I made. But if they came with quality energy, quality treatment, quality whatever, I'm still going to fuck with them. And I'm going to help them to get to where I'm at and ride with me as I rise higher. That's how I'm going to do it. And we all have to. And listen, I've been burnt before from that, just like anybody else has. It happens. But you lose control of your life the moment you let somebody else manipulate how you decide to engage with new people. The moment you allow somebody else to control how you deal with the new person, you have given up control of your own life and your own choices. So don't let the bad experiences jade you. Just let them teach you. Be a little cautious, pay attention, but give everybody the clean slate that they deserve. Because that is truly the path to success. Nobody is a monolith. Everybody that's gotten to wherever they've gotten had somebody, somehow, somewhere to help pull them up. Pull your resources together, even beside relationships, friends, Friends should be able to break bread together and make money together. Like this shit where niggas is competing with each other is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know Nita knew who Zuri was or knew of her like that because I never asked. But my whole thing is my first instinct is y'all should work together because I can see it.
Right.
Like y'all should do something because I'm about building community. That's what this lifestyle safety committee thing is about. It's about being a protective database for the community. All of this is connected to each other. So that's my suggestion as far as that goes. Just keep your minds open. Have more of a community mindset. It is a lot. Like, listen, I'm strong enough to move a couch by myself, but it's a hell of a lot easier to move that motherfucker with another pair of hands, and maybe even 2 extra pairs of hands on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this shit. Let's get this shit cracking and keep this community moving on the up and up. And TJ saying skeeting at the skee ball was just, I couldn't stop laughing at that as I'm sitting up here listening to what y'all saying, and I just saw that comment. I'm just over here trying to keep a straight face because that's some wild shit, man. But anyway, let's see. Let's throw a couple announcements up here. I ain't gonna really try to drag this too long with the announcements today. But okay, a lot of shit happened already. I really gotta clean this out.
Yeah.
All right, so shout out to the 3 friends. I don't have their new flyer. You know what I'm saying? But they come on at 9 o'clock. It's actually Renee that's up there now, but I don't have their flyer. So you can check them Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me see. I'm going to jump to the next one. I'm moving really fast with these. You got BLX. I don't even have their new flyer either, but they're on... you can find them on Facebook and on Twitter. Also at 9 p.m. on Wednesdays, Eastern Standard Time. And then we got my girl here, Doc Izzy, and her amazing content that she does over there on her dirty discussions and all that stuff. Actually, I catch a new episode. I've been so busy, I ain't even had a chance to check it because I don't like to watch her shit when I'm moving around. I want to actually pay attention. You know what I'm saying? So listen, my girl could tell you, literally, I get up, get dressed, go, come back, go to sleep, clap some cheeks, and repeat. That was pretty much my off time. But anyway, so Izzy Show, you can find her on YouTube under this very name here. Dirty Discussions with Doc. It's very easy to find because ain't nobody else got a name close to that. So you should find that fairly easily. We got this event going on here. July 19th, I think. Ooh, look at those titties in this picture. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know that's this weekend. Taboo Summer Heat. The Luau. July 19th. That is a Saturday. So if you can make it, come on out and have a luau, some summer heat, some big old titties, and a whole lot of other things going on. Whatever it is you like, you probably can find it at this event. Unless you're not necessarily whatever, but I don't want to assume because I don't know anybody's sexual orientation. So I'll just say you can pretty much find whatever you want at this event. Yes. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave it there just to keep it right because I'm really trying to be a sexual orientation neutral environment. I'm trying to do better. Joy would be proud of me because, she always gets on my case about, my ways of doing that. So I'm trying to be better. Plus, I mean, come on, who cares? You ain't doing nothing to bother me. I don't give a shit. But anyway, let's speed blitz. I'm going to do this real quick. I want to shout this out because it's going to be a dope event. December 12th to the 16th. That's Queen Amatis event there. Sunset at Grand Lido. Screenshot that information. You could, if you contact them at that 800 number, or you go to the website, you get all the information there. They got a ton of events there, even aside from what you see here. So even if this don't fit, take a little look. You might find something that you want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So That's what that is. Other than that, there's really only one other thing to talk about, baby. And we gonna do it as soon as I press the button and it works. Ah, and that's my birthday's on August 21st. So this is my birthday weekend, shindig, extravaganza. You know what I'm saying? Um, I want to put it out there that ladies, y'all are more than welcome to come stop by my room. My lady is gonna decorate that shit really nice. She showed me her decorative options, and I'm excited to see how it comes out because she has a lot of smart ideas and stuff. So that's gonna be really exciting. And I'm gonna say this: walk in here and just take it off. That's the name of the game when you come to this takeover. So walk in and get naked. And you can stay that way the whole weekend. It's your choice. Kind of like at the pool party I was at. Some people was naked from the moment they was there to the moment they left.
Yes. They
was just naked. And I was like, hey, do you. It's not my thing to do. But do you. I'm not mad. It ain't bothering me. I just was like, hey. The only time I was like, hey, yo, for a minute, was when I'm trying to dap my man because I'm about to be out and shit, and he had his whole joint out. And I'm just like, hey, yo, because I didn't know. And as he turned around, you just see, I'm just like, bro. He's like, come on, man. You know how we do it. And he's not wrong. You know, it's not anything. He knows it's not like he's aiming in my direction.
Right.
It's just the fact that I didn't expect to see all that when, you know, I'm trying to say goodnight. I ain't supposed to see my dick out, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so all of that being said, I just need y'all to come out, use the code MAX when you buy. Thank you, CJ. See, she's putting it up. But use the code MAX to buy the tickets and pull up. And we gonna see you there.
Yes.
It's a lot of dope events, a lot of dope situations. And, you know, I'm going to be there in rare form. I'm trying to see what this birthday RGB going to look like because I don't know who's going to be in it because I'm not picking. I'm trying to go with the flow. I'm going to just not grab girls on the arm, but I'm going to walk up to them like, can I talk to you for a minute? Da-da-da-da. Boom. I'll talk to you for a minute. Da-da-da. Boom. You're going to set them up and we're going to knock them out of the park. But anyway. That's going to be a good time, honey. But anyway, it is late and we needs to go. And we appreciate y'all. You got any final thoughts, Nova?
No, I think this is amazing. I'm so glad that we had Mistress Nita on here. That was such a beautiful addition. I can't wait to see her in person. And I love that we're collaborating with all the people.
Yes, and we're going to keep doing this. Mm-hmm. It sucks you can't make her weekend thing, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to interview some people, get some footage and stuff for the podcast, whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to definitely have to slide through there and make that happen. I got a few things going that weekend, so I got to figure out how to make it all fit. But
it's kid's birthday weekend. I can't move out of Albany.
Listen. No. Listen. Kid, I have no pity for Kid. And you know why. So drink your water and mind your business. Nah, but I fuck with Kid. Kid's a cool chick, though. She's cool. I don't have no beef on her. But, you know, she could bring some of that dirty rice down. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. You know, that lasagna joint was cranking, too. You know, I actually made it on my own. I should have showed you when I made it.
Yes.
You know, I figured it out.
We're going to be here all night.
Anyway, yeah. We be talking all night. Anyway, we appreciate y'all for watching tonight. Shout out to Mistress Nita from eroticaanyc for coming on the show, and she was here. If you missed it, hit the rewind button. It's on YouTube forever until it's taken down, which it won't be because we lit like that. And you can catch it on Facebook, I guess. But really, we want y'all to watch on YouTube. And at least if y'all want to do the rewatch, go there because that's the best place for it. But anyway, we will holler at y'all next week.
See you next week.
See ya. Peace out. Good night.